You were born wild, but that's not where you ended up. Your first breath should have tasted like jungle air, warm and full of life. Instead, it tasted like metal, cold bars, concrete floors, artificial light buzzing overhead like a broken sun. You blinked at a world too small for your body, too dull for your instincts, too silent for a creature built to roar. Congratulations, you're not a jungle predator, you're a circus tiger. Your world begins in a cage the size of someone's closet. You pace without knowing why. Your paws ache on the hard floor. Your stripes glow brightly against the dullness around you, like nature trying to escape your skin. You don't learn the rustle of leaves, or the rhythm of rain, or the pulse of a herd moving in the distance. You learn chains, you learn commands, you learn fear. The bars become the borders of your childhood. One day, a man steps into your cage. He doesn't smell like family. He smells like dominance, like leather, like something sharp you can't see, but feel in your bones. He raises his stick. He shouts. You flinch. That was lesson 1. Lesson 2 comes fast. If you don't comply, pain follows. If you do comply, less pain follows. They call it taming, but what it really means is breaking your instincts, breaking your courage, breaking your autonomy. You learn not to roar when afraid. You learn not to bite when cornered. You learn to shrink your power so humans feel safe. A tiger shouldn't have to learn any of that. You were born to stalk, to leap, to hunt, not to jump through hoops of fire in front of clapping strangers. But the man points, the stick moves, the crowd roars, and you obey. You balance on pedestals too narrow for your paws. You leap over animals you should never have met. You pretend to be dangerous when you're actually terrified. Every applause feels like an insult. They think they're cheering for your power when they're really cheering for your prison. After the performance, the lights go out, the music stops, the crowd disappears, and so does the illusion. Backstage smells like urine, sweat, fear, and old sawdust. You're dragged into a small cage on wheels. The door slams shut. This is where you spend most of your life. Not under lights, but in dim corners, stacked between equipment and forgotten crops. You hear laughter outside. None of it belongs to animals. Circuses travel constantly. Trucks, highways, cities you never see because you're locked inside a rolling box. The vibrations rattle your bones. The engine noise becomes your lullaby. Motion sickness becomes part of your personality. You're not exploring the world. You're being transported like cargo. Every stop looks the same. Tent goes up, cage moves out, spotlight hits. Fear returns. Repeat. You share the circus with others. Elephants swaying in distress, lions pacing obsessively, horses with lifeless eyes. You don't speak the same language, but suffering has a universal accent. At night, when everything is quiet, you hear whimpers, groans, soft cries. The world thinks circuses are magical. The animals know better. Food isn't given freely. Food is part of training. If you perform well, you get meat. If you hesitate, you get less. If you fail, you get nothing. Your stomach growls more often than you do. Hunger becomes the invisible leash that guides your movements. A tiger shouldn't have to earn food. A tiger shouldn't have to earn dignity. One night, something inside you shifts. Maybe it's the pain, maybe it's the hunger, maybe it's just the memory of what you are supposed to be. The trainer raises the stick again. You growl, a real growl this time, deep and ancient and honest. He freezes. For a moment, you see fear in his eyes. You feel powerful, alive. Your true nature flickers through the cracks of your captivity. But your roar earns punishment. Hours later, you lie in your cage, trembling, but something inside you refuses to die. You remember who you are. Circuses love control. They hate surprises. One evening, during a performance, a sound you didn't expect echoes through the tent. A balloon popping, or a child screaming, or a sudden burst of music. Your instincts explode. For 1 second, you're not a circus tiger. You're a real tiger. You leap, you roar, people panic, handlers rush in, chaos erupts. You're sedated within minutes. But it's too late. Someone filmed it, and the video goes viral. The world finally sees your suffering. Animal welfare groups arrive. Authorities follow. Inspectors take photos. People whisper. Nothing happens fast, but things finally happen. Your trainer insists you're dangerous. Your rescuers insist you're traumatized. For once, someone is fighting for you. One morning, the handler doesn't bring equipment. He doesn't bring chains. He brings nothing at all. Other humans appear. They speak softly. They look at you, not with fear, but with sadness. The cage door opens. You don't move. It feels like a trick. Freedom has never been offered without consequence. But they wait. They don't force you. They don't shout. Slowly, you step forward. Your paws touch earth instead of concrete. You blink at natural light that doesn't flicker. You breathe, really breathe, for the first time. You're transported, not to another circus, but to a sanctuary. It smells like grass, soil, rain, and possibility. Your new enclosure is huge. Trees, rocks, water, space, unimaginable space. You touch the ground with caution. It feels wrong at first. Too soft, too alive, too unpredictable. But your muscles awaken, your instincts stretch. A tiger in a sanctuary is still captive, but it is the difference between a cage and a life. You discover things you were meant to know all along. How to climb, how to leap, how to scent mark, how to stalk shadows just for fun, how to nap under real sunlight. Your coat grows glossier, your eyes grow brighter, your movements become fluid again. You don't become wild, not fully, but you become yourself. It takes months for the nightmares to fade, for the flinching to stop, for the sound of a stick snapping to no longer freeze your blood. But healing happens quietly, through trust, through space, through care. You learn that not every hand hurts, not every sound threatens, not every day repeats the last. Freedom doesn't come instantly. It grows, like grass under your paws. They taught you to believe you were dangerous, unpredictable, a threat. But the truth is simple. You were never the monster, you were the prisoner. And the world finally opened its eyes. You didn't get the jungle, but you got your life back. You sleep under open sky. You walk without chains. You breathe without fear. You exist without performing. You're not a circus tiger anymore. You're a survivor, and your story is no longer theirs to control.